Hey, is it you or me?
It's you.
Oh, it's me. Hi. Hey, come on in. It's check paper, make sure date is right. Hopefully it's Wednesday, April 19th.
Yeah, and your last day, hopefully, of this season wearing a turtleneck. It's very nice.
I looked at the closet yesterday, and I got this turtleneck. I don't know when I got it. Maybe back in February. I only wore it once. And I looked at it, I'm just like, you know what?
It was lonely.
Turtleneck. One more time.
Did its little arms come out like this?
It's just
Please
like,
wear me.
me and you, come on, give me one more chance. And then I remember Brian talking about how it was going to be chilly today, and I'm like, I'm doing it. Turtleneck, you get one more shot.
I think it should have been yesterday. Today will be better, but yesterday should have been the turtleneck.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Now, what viewers don't see is that it's actually a sleeveless turtleneck.
Yeah, it's tank top.
It's a good look, Tim. Only Tim can carry it off, and he does very well. He does.
What did Matt say what did he say this morning?
He said that you look like a professor of sports.
Professor of sport when I wear a turtleneck. Thank you, Matt Ingram.
I thought you looked more of like an SNL character.
You could mix a little sprinkle of that there too.
Yeah. You know the guys that used to dance?
The
Black turtleneck?
with the
Dieter.
these guys?
No, not Night at the Roxbury.
Oh. No,
And now we dance.
now we
It
dance.
was Dieter, and I can't remember the other guy's name, but they always had black turtlenecks on.
Yes.
Even before Steve Jobs. I'm not going to go with the
Yeah.
Steve Jobs thing.
Yeah, we were just dating ourselves there in that big time.
How are we doing, y'all?
Yeah, good.
yeah.
Good, thank you. Yep, yay, Wednesday.
Yeah.
We made it to midweek. That's a good thing.
Because yesterday was one of those.
Yep.
Horrible.
Yep.
Stay inside days.
I just call it a rude day. It was just rude.
Yes.
How dare you?
Yeah, it was. We didn't get past 2 degrees yesterday, so it was a real chilly day. We'll do better today. It'll be back to spring today.
We'll do better today. All
Yeah,
right.
we'll
Okay,
do better
good.
today.
All right.
We keep trying.
Let's do that. What do you got, Em?
Ooh, I got some stuff on Netflix. Do you guys ever order DVDs from Netflix, or did you ever?
No.
No, but it's a really big thing. And
It's coming back?
It's a big moneymaker.
No, it's ending
Oh, it's ending. Oh, it's.
in the States.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
That's what I had coming up, but you guys just stole it.
Okay, so we don't need
Yep.
to talk about that. So find
Apparently
something else.
Thanks, guys, for the 20 minutes worth of research I just did on that.
Yeah, okay, perfect.
Okay, ready for some controversy? Everyone has been talking about this since it happened over the weekend. Anthony Bass of the Toronto Blue Jays was upset that his pregnant wife, Sydney Ray Bass, was forced to pick up popcorn.
Well, yeah, it's tough traveling with little kids, especially by yourself, especially when you're pregnant. I think it is too. It's changed with airports though, and airplanes where they're not cleaning up after.
No, they don't have time.
They don't have
They
time.
don't have
Well, they
don't
are, but they've got such a quick turnaround before
Yeah.
the next flight has to get out. Yeah.
They don't have time.
Whose job is it to clean up? Like if I make a mess underneath my seat, is it my job to clean it up?
Yes.
Yeah,
Is it?
I
Yeah.
think so, but yeah. I don't want to pass judgment because I wasn't there.
No,
so,
but
yeah.
these are just
Yeah,
opinions.
if I-
You're
but yeah, if I
getting
drop
both
something-
Pass
sides.
judgment all the way.
you can-
No,
'cause
but if I drop something, I'm going to pick it up.
You're gonna pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would tend to do that too. Like if my kid is making a mess,
I would clean up after my
I'm gonna
kid.
clean up after my kid.
Yeah.
So.
But people are saying how, people that I would clean up after my kid no matter
Yeah.
what, no matter how pregnant I was, I would be down there on my hands and knees because
Cleaning
I
up
would be
after your
embarrassed
kid.
being like, oh, we've made such a mess. It's
Yeah.
not up to somebody else, But for him to go and tweet something like that, the backlash is kind of thinking, how rich are you that you think that people are just going to follow you and your family around and clean up after you? Like, people are furious over this. And some people are saying, she throws bad balls like your dad. She throws popcorn like you throw pitches or something.
It's just one of those debatable. It's one of those debatable, like where people are on both sides, and you feel for her because she is pregnant. She has 2 young kids because he was not there. It was just her.
So I get it.
But
And
It
maybe the
sucks.
flight attendant doesn't know that, right?
But
Yeah.
then they're kind of saying, well, then why are they giving out popcorn in the first place? Popcorn is the worst.
I don't think they.
Yeah,
will.
I don't think they do,
brought
but
it.
you bring it yourself.
No, United gave them the popcorn.
Oh, okay.
United actually gave them the popcorn to, the kid. Here you go. Be quiet. Eat your popcorn. Stop screaming. And then the kid makes a mess, and then it's like, well, you got to clean that up.
There's no right
So
answer.
it's like if you
Yeah.
give
You
the kid
just
the
have your opinion.
popcorn, then it's like, well, I don't know. Depending on what mood I was in, I think I would go either way. I would at least say, can you help me clean it up?
No, but you just said that you would clean it up.
I would, but if I was in a really bad mood and they weren't giving me the best customer service to begin with, I might be like, no, you clean it up. Let's be honest. Okay, Metallica will release every music video from their new album, 72 Seasons, in American Sign Language.
And
Yeah.
the premier was doing his press conferences.
Prime Minister,
and,
yeah.
and the Prime Minister.
They're, like,
and you,
famous now.
Well, you get to know them because you're transfixed on what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
they're
It's
so
important.
animated, and
Yeah.
they're so, I mean, they're much more animated sometimes than the actual speaker.
Yeah.
Just
You
like we're
know?
transfixed on Brian. Anytime he talks, we're
Yeah.
always listening to what he
Yes.
has to say.
Yeah,
Yes.
right.
What?
Of course you are.
There's
Yes,
something going on, Brian, on the
w-
QEW.
Now, is there really? Okay,
Yes.
well, I'll get right on that for you.
Yay! You're here. Come on in. It's Wednesday, April the 19th. I want to put together a good effort today on this show because I don't know what I'm going to bring tomorrow.
Me either. We
Well,
both
here's
have.
the thing.
We have both late nights tonight.
We have plans
Really?
tonight.
Yeah, not
Yes.
together. Not together.
No, not
Separately.
together. No.
Sure.
Separately.
Yes, we both
Separate
Squash
cities.
that rumor right
Yes.
now.
Well, we're hitting the town.
Yeah.
With these hours, we don't get to hit the town very much.
Yeah.
And we're both going to a show.
Well, what
Separate
are you
shows.
both
Wow.
doing?
Yes, I'm going to Cirque du Soleil with the kids tonight.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Good.
so that's going to be fun.
And I'm going to see Maggie at Theatre Aquarius tonight.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Yes.
So,
Good.
So
tomorrow-
they're going to mail it in tomorrow.
Yes.
Brian, is what you're saying,
We're just
and they're
putting-
counting on the two of us to pick up the slack.
Sure.
Yes.
help us out.
They're going to be on the grumpy side
No
tomorrow
problem.
because they'll be
No,
sleep
it just could be a
deprived.
disaster
Sure.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
okay.
okay. All right.
We'll pick up the slack.
Fair
Sure.
warning.
We'll be here. We'll be
We're a
here for
team.
you. Emily Lai will carry it tomorrow.
And then the
yay.
next day, Brian and I just won't come in.
Because that'll be Friday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
That's the only thing about the Wednesday nights.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This is where
Yep.
Jamie Lee Curtis and her idea of like having shows and concerts and stuff at
Matinees.
1 in the
Yeah.
afternoon
Middle
is
of the
an
day
awesome
is-
idea.
Yep. Yep. Good plan.
Yeah.
Good
Except
plan.
we'd be the only ones there. All the morning show people.
That's all right.
I'd be okay with that too.
That's okay.
All right. How are we feeling on this Wednesday?
Good,
gang?
thank you.
Yeah,
Good.
doing okay. Got over that Tuesday of awfulness.
Yes, it was a little slice of awfulness, wasn't it? Yes, it really was. But we'll kick that to the curb.
Well, we're at 4th Avenue Medical Aesthetics today, watching some really interesting procedures take place. Jacqueline, the owner of the place, is going to be giving us a little bit of explanation on what happens here. And if you're a newbie like me to this kind of world, you are going to learn a lot of information. So make sure you stay with us. Okay, Jacqueline, we've got patient number 1. What's happening right now?
So Michelle's receiving a treatment called Morpheus 8. So what it is, it's microneedling radio frequency in 1. So this
Okay.
is our gold treatment here at 4th Avenue,
Okay, gold standard. I like it.
100%. So we actually do this treatment every single day, multiple times during the day. So what it is, it's microneedling and radio frequency
Okay.
all together and combined. So you don't have to get 2 separate treatments. So what it's going to do is going to resurface the skin. It's going to decrease fine lines and wrinkles, pigmentation, and it also decreases subcutaneous tissue and tightens the skin. So essentially what we try to tell our patients is it's a facelift without getting a facelift. This is the closest you're going to get to it.
I would assume that a facelift is obviously a lot more intruding. Now, the aftercare for something like this, when you come in and get this done, your skin is going to be firmer, tighter. You're going to look like $1 million, but I'm assuming there's going to be a little bit of redness.
Definitely, she's going to be red for a few hours. Usually
Okay.
I say for about the day.
Okay.
We do tell everybody there is downtime of a few days, but realistically what we've been seeing for the last year and a half is our patients the next day look great.
I
So when I
see.
get the treatment done, I'm very, very responsive to treatments. I show redness really, really quick. But the next day I look like $1 million. You wouldn't even know I had the treatment done.
Awesome. Okay, so kind of like a really deep exfoliation is kind of how I'm seeing this with the micro needles, right? Tiny, tiny little needles.
Very similar, and what it's doing is it's going to induce collagen, tighten the skin, and decrease any fatty tissue. So a lot of people have jowls, so they like to get rid of those. We
Yeah,
have
what does this
crepiness
help?
in the skin as well. So any crepiness, jowls, pigmentation is going to take those away, fine lines and wrinkles.
Okay, because a lot of people struggle with the pigmentation and there's not
Definitely.
a lot of stuff that takes that away.
Yes.
You know, you can get Botox for your fine lines and wrinkles, but pigmentation, that's
Yep.
something that's really hard to get rid of.
Yeah, definitely. So we tell people come in for Morpheus 8 treatments, then we look at Botox, then we look at fillers. We want to attack the skin first.
Right.
Because that's what we see and it drops really, really quickly.
Okay.
Then we move to the Botox and fillers.
And when someone comes in and wants some information, you guys guys do consultation?
100%. So we do consultations here completely free.
Okay.
So what we like is our patients to come in, see the clinic, meet us. I want them to feel comfortable, get lots of education, informed on the treatments, because a lot of patients do come in asking for treatment aid, but it's really not appropriate. And we don't know until they come in, and then we explain why it isn't. So once they come in, get the education, we figure out the treatment plan, then we book appointments backwards so they can come in next.
It's like a family environment. I love that so much. Okay, we've got lots of interesting stuff coming up, so don't go anywhere. Stay with us right here on Morning Live. Well, thank you so much for that, Brian. Now, if you guys love long movies, then this one is for you. The official running time of Martin Scorsese's Killers of the Flower Moon is 3 hours and 26 minutes.
You forgot Leo?
Leo is in
Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah, the trailer that I found, it just wasn't...
Oh, there's not an official trailer out for it yet.
It was just like a little kind of teaser with a bunch of script and so on.
When's it come out?
We don't know yet.
Oh.
I thought it was this summer.
Is it?
To come out.
Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah, there just isn't a date.
Yeah.
This is a big one. That's too long, by the way. I love Marty and I love Leo.
So much
It's
in
just so long though.
that book though,
intermissions?
and the story. Like it's based on a true story.
Yeah.
It's about the Osage people of Oklahoma in the 1920s. Their reserve had this huge oil deposit on it. And the women, it's a matriarchal society, and the women were becoming very, very wealthy, and then they were being murdered. So it's this cattleman kind of was like suspected of kind of orchestrating these murders so that he could get the land for the oil deposits and everything.
money.
But there was no way of investigating it because they didn't have this national, like, how do we go on a reserve land and what do we do? So that's where the FBI kind of was formed.
How big is the book?
It wasn't that big,
Okay.
but it's got so much detail in it. And it is a fascinating
For you,
story.
who does a lot of reading, if I read a book after seeing the movie or vice versa, I always think that the book is better than the movie.
Yeah.
Does that quite often happen with you?
A
or
lot
you-
of times, yeah.
I
There's
would say
very
90%
few
of
books,
the time.
very few movies I've seen based on books that are like
That are
oh, okay,
better or
that's
almost equal.
almost as good.
Yeah, agreed. So we'll see how this
Yeah.
pans out.
It's
to the
just too
fans.
long because that's more than one
It's
sitting.
ridiculous.
Like just to have that much time
I'll
to
be
sit
watching
down.
it.
Yeah.
I can't. I don't have 3.5 hours just to sit and watch a movie.
Yeah.
Maybe if they put it on podcast and I can listen to it in my car.
Right. But here's the thing. But then you get because
Get the audiobook then.
Yeah, then I'm
the
gonna
author was
do
on
both.
60 Minutes on Sunday. This is
Yeah.
where I first heard about this,
Okay.
right? Because I heard about the author David Gran,
I think.
Gran, yeah. But as here as you see Martin Scorsese, Marty, then you hear Leonardo DiCaprio, just like, okay, my bunny ears are up. So
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
interested in this now.
Yeah.
So I probably will watch it.
Yeah.
Try to find time to watch it.
Or at least in like snippets, half an hour a night.
Because I watched The Irishman. I watched Once Upon a Time in
Yeah.
Hollywood.
Yep.
Like those are long movies too.
Well, The Irishman was
Right.
3 minutes longer, so there you go.
Okay.
All right. So you've been talking about some facials and all that kind of stuff.
have, yes.
For our wedding trend segment, we're going to talk about building a beauty plan before your big day.
Oh, smart.
You know Megan Arthur. You went to see.
Megan, yeah,
she's on the
she
show.
cleaned up all of my mess.
She's a regular. She always
I'm
helps
kind
us
of
out.
embarrassed to see her now.
Well, she's helped
Like,
me out.
she's seen my house. It's messy.
She's helped us out, and hopefully she's going to help you out coming up. If you're celebrating the birthday today on this April the 19th, you share it with Simu Liu. And here's his new single, Don't.
Ah, yes. Babies and what they do to our skin, Jacqueline. I love the fact that we're openly talking about baby bellies. We've got cellulite, we've got stretch marks, we've got sagging skin. This procedure, it's going to help, isn't it?
So this is radio frequency. So what we were just doing last time was morphostate with microneedling radio frequency together.
Yeah.
Now this is just radio frequency on its
Okay.
own. So this is pretty popular, especially now that summer's coming. So we're all trying to tighten up our areas, tighten up our necks, tighten up our stomachs. We're getting into bikinis, all that fun stuff. So what this does is actually it's heat with the laser machine. It's non-invasive, no downtime. I do find some patients are a little pink for about 2 hours after the procedure because it is heat being applied
Yeah,
to the
of course.
skin. But what it does is actually decreases subcutaneous tissue and it tightens the skin. So this is the one where you need to do about 8 to 12 treatments, I'll be honest with you. You come in once a week for about 20 minutes, but it's very therapeutic. It feels like $1 million. It feels like a spa-like experience as opposed
I
to getting a
love that.
medical grade experience because of the heat.
Well, the whole environment is very
Yes.
spa-like. A lot of medical clinics kind of are popping up,
Yep.
but they're very static. They're very cold.
Yep.
This brings such warmth to the environment?
So one of the things I always say with medical clinics is our medical clinic is a spa-like experience because we try to keep those warm colors, but our floors are medical clinic standards. Our counters are medical clinic standards. So we make sure everything is sterile, even though it doesn't look sterile.
Yeah.
I always say try to watch the medical clinics and what machines they're using. So today this one is Sharp Light. We've used Morpheus before. We had those ones in mode.
Okay.
So making sure that the machines are appropriate, that they're
These are
Canada.
Canadian machines?
Yes, they are not. They're not from China, they're not from Korea. We're buying them actually from Canada. They're Health Canada approved. Anything that we do here is Health Canada approved. We do not use anything off label, and we make sure the treatment's appropriate for you.
And not diluted and not...
Definitely not.
Yeah, because you hear a lot of things in the news that, you know, these Botox clinics or whatever, they go out of business because they've been found that they're...
So we have a lot of patients come in where they've had treatments before with minimal success, or they've had a lot of contraindications, a lot of issues, and it's because I always tell them, please watch who you're going to, ask what education they have, how long have they been doing this, what products are they using, do they dilute things in front of you, are they bringing out the products in front of you?
Right.
There's lots of different factors. How are the follow-ups? So we always tell our patients our relationship never ends at the door. One of the things is if they need me for anything, they can get a hold of me through many platforms.
Everyone's firing up your phone,
you got
texting
it.
you. Jacqueline, I need to come in for this.
That's
this,
right.
This. Yeah, that's
and I always
awesome.
say our relationship never ends at the door, and no question's a silly question.
Yeah.
I said if it's bothering you, then please reach out to us. You are not bothering us
amazing.
whatsoever. This is what we're here for. We're a big family here.
I love that.
And we have really good relationships with our patients.
Okay, so what can our patient here expect to see results-wise when this is done after 6 to 12 treatments?
So immediately today, she's going to feel a little bit tighter.
Okay.
She's going to see a bit of results, but she's going to see a decrease in the tissue. She's going to see tightening in the skin.
Amazing.
So that's really our goal there. So I've got it done a few times. You have a few kids, your skin's not
Right,
tight.
I know. This stomach could be my stomach. If I wasn't standing up, I could be like, hey guys, check out my tummy.
We've done everything we can. So we've worked out, we've dieted, we've done all we can. At this point, now this machine is going to help you get that little bit of an edge off that you're missing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, coming up, we're going to do a little bit of a lip flip. I know, I didn't know what it was either, but that is coming up. But for now, back inside of the studio.
Yeah, get on in here. It's Turtleneck Wednesday, the last one of the year. Well, this
For you.
For me, anyways. Yes, I was saying earlier that I looked at the turtleneck and I only wore it once. It's like, hello, remember me?
Yes.
And I was like, I looked at the forecast. I remember Brian's forecast because I always listen to what Brian says. And I'm like, yeah, it's going to be a little chilly to start Wednesday.
Brian, what are they trying to make up for? Like, did they ignore you at some point today? 'Cause,
Yeah,
like,
they were
mentioning like how like specifically important you are today.
Well, you know what it was? So there was,
Here
so
it is.
Brian had
I
been
knew it was
talking about a
something.
crash on the QEW that he had just found, and then I wasn't listening, and then like 2 minutes later, I'm like, I see on Twitter, I'm like, oh, Hamilton Fire Department says there's a collision on the Skyway Bridge.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, yeah, like Brian just told us about
Yeah,
it.
and Brian's like,
Yeah, he's all like,
Yeah, you really listened to me,
I had
don't
a
you?
feeling there was something going
Yeah,
on
yeah,
because
yeah.
they have been, really,
So I was
really
given-
rising you up lately.
I was giving her a hard time about not
Yeah.
listening.
He gave me
No,
a
she
mean
has
look.
nothing else to do over there, but of course she's just sitting there going,
Yeah, I was sitting here filing my nails.
yeah, really.
That's what she does all the time, not paying any attention.
Can confirm. Can confirm.
Oh, that
Yes,
was
can
funny.
confirm. All right, good stuff. All right, yeah, so it's cool. What am I trying to
Cold.
say? Cold.
It's cold.
Is it cold?
Well,
It's seasonal, I
It's
guess.
below seasonal.
Okay.
+1. It's all
cold.
we have right now.
I was
So-
trying to do like the cool, cold word, but like the middle
Yeah,
of that.
yeah. It
Saying I'm not going to
fluctuates
be
a
able to
little bit.
work on my tan today, Brian?
Oh, you can. Yes, you can. Later
Indoors.
on today, you can do that if you want to. Be careful. Very
that, Dan.
high UV index for the day, though. Remember that.
Yes.
Keep that in mind.
Okay, we are here with Patricia, who is just about to do a lip flip on Sharon, and I've never heard of a lip flip. I've heard of lip fillers. I've heard of getting kind of Botox in and around the area. What's a lip flip?
So a lip flip is Botox in the upper lip.
Okay.
So a lot of patients come in and they think filler, filler, filler. Social media has become so vast lately, and there's been a lot of misinformation out there, and they just kind of radiate to one's treatment. So this is why we say please come in for a consultation, because filler isn't always the way to go.
Okay.
So what Sharon's getting done today is a lip flip. So what we do is we put Botox in the upper lip, and what it does after a 2-week period, once the Botox kicks in, it softens that upper lip muscle and it brings the lip up. So it gives you more visual lip show without getting filler and adding that volume.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And what about the little tiny wrinkles that people get on
So
their
that's
lips?
another one. So
Because
the
I know a
lip
lot of
lip-
smokers would complain
You
about the
got it.
tiny little.
Even aging or genetics. So a lot
Yeah.
of people do get all those lines in their upper lip. Now, when we do a lip flip, it actually softens the muscle, which softens those lines, and a lot of people it actually takes them away. So and it's a
Really? For
very
good?
cheap alternative. Not for good. Botox does not last forever. So it does kick in 2 weeks, and then we do say it does last about 3 to 5 months. So
Okay.
a lip flip on the upside is it's only going to last about 6 to 8 weeks because we're constantly manipulating that muscle.
Right.
So people that do get lip flips do come see me more frequently. However, it's a nice alternative. It's pretty price range reasonable.
Yeah.
And it gives you
Compared
a
to a
natural
filler.
look. So a lot of people, it doesn't look like your lips are actually done, which is really, really nice. So
And
I
it-
get a lip flip all the time. I don't get filler in my lips.
Yeah. Does it hurt?
It's a little pokey, I'll be honest,
Yeah.
but it's
Do you
really, really
freeze?
quick. If the patient asks to be, but it's only about 4 little pokes,
Yeah.
and it's the smallest needle we possibly can use, so patients are pretty comfortable. Usually when I'm done, because they're usually sweating in the chair, a little nervous. However, when I'm done, they're really happy, and they're like, that didn't hurt at all.
Yeah. And they don't see you don't see the impact right away.
No, you don't. I wish you did.
And you don't look in the
unfortunately.
mirror and go, oh, that looks great. You're kind of like, I look
Right.
exactly the same.
And minimal downtime as well. So Botox does take 2 weeks to kick in. When we look at a filler, that's an instantaneous. But then we're looking at bruising and things like that. With Botox, realistically, there's no downtime. So
Why
a lot
does
of
it
my
take so
patients,
long?
because it has to go into the muscle, integrate, inject the protein, and that has to soften the muscle because that's what it's doing.
Okay, because the muscle's tight.
You
and
got
then
it.
has to relax.
And
it.
every
I get
time
it.
we soften muscles in our face, they move different directions. So that's how we get lifts in our eyebrows, and that's how we get softer foreheads and fun things like that.
Wow.
So a lot of education is needed, especially when you're getting things done. They are medical procedures, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of education that's needed, so you know what to do.
Can the Botox in the muscle ever go the wrong way?
Not generally if it's injected appropriately. So again, this is one of those pieces where I state, make sure you're going to a licensed healthcare professional, make sure you check their credentials and how long
walk
they've
it
been
with one
around.
eyebrow, like, way up
Yes. Lots of education, and please follow our post-procedure rules. We are very strict
there
on
for a
those.
reason.
That's right. Yeah, so if you follow those, we don't have complications in the clinic generally, so which is really, really nice.
Okay.
Because patients are really great with
All
it.
right. Well, 4th Avenue Medical Aesthetics is where we are, and we've got some exciting stuff. I think they're actually going to put me under the laser something or other.
We're going to do a luxurious facial with the LED light.
Oh, LED
Yeah.
light. Okay, good. No laser treatment. I was a little scared there for a second. Much more coming up on Morning Live. Rachel Rensenk-Hoff, thanks for joining us.
My pleasure. Thanks for having us.
I'm interested about this performance. Tell us a little bit about the background. Give us a little bit of synopsis for the plot.
Sure. So Matthew Shepard, some may remember in 1998.
Okay, this is gorgeous. I love this. Tell us what audiences can expect a little bit from the performance.
Sure. So the piece covers the story of what happened to Matthew. So there are some very tragic elements to the story, of course, emotional moods and ideas.
And I'm sure by the end of it, they really get the sense that they've learned a lot about Matthew and that they know Matthew in a sense.
For sure. Yeah, the piece it's really, really well constructed.
Teaching moment there too.
Very, well, all through the piece.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, well, where can people get tickets and how do they kind of...
They can visit avantichambersingers.com.
Okay.
And that's the name of our choir, and 3 p.m.
Okay, wonderful. Looking forward to a very powerful experience and performance. Now we're going to turn things over to you for weather, Brian.
All right, let's get to our pool shop backyard forecast. Now, here's Emily.
Oh, I love my job. My job's the best. I'm getting a facial right now. This is amazing, Jacqueline. What's happening?
So what Stephanie's doing is she's doing a luxurious facial. So what we do is we do many facials in the clinic. Depending on what your skin type is, what we're trying to target. We do a lot of acne therapy for teens, and of course we do pigmentation. So the nice thing is all these medical grade facials that we're doing, Stephanie does a full-on massage. So you get a face massage, shoulder, neck massage as well. And then when we're finished with that, Stephanie's gonna put the LED light over top. So that's gonna help with pigmentation, fine lines as well. For kids and teens that come in, we like to put that on as well because it kills the bacteria. So it's really beneficial.
And Stephanie was mentioning that different lights do different things.
Definitely. So we do have all different lights, different colors. They do stay on for different lengths of time. So they do target pigmentation, acne, fine lines, things like that. So yeah, so we do put this as part of your facial if you want to have it on as well.
Oh my gosh, this
Yeah.
face massage is so good. I'm like, do I still need to work? Oh yeah, I still need to talk, don't I? You've got a big open house coming up that
We
people
do.
are welcome to come to.
Yeah, so May 27th, we have a social. So we do this once a year. So we have giveaways. Of course, the first 50 people that come in, we have baskets and bags for them. We have specials on that day. We have live demos, champagne. It gives everybody a chance to come to the clinic to meet us and to see what the clinic's all about, ask questions, and of course, get some yummy treats and get some specials for the day. So that's May 27th from 1 to 5.
Okay, amazing. So you're giving people like me who don't necessarily know much about the world to come in. Now, I know a lot of people are concerned about perfection. You know, you see something on Instagram, you see a certain model or you see a certain look and you're like, I want that. People probably come in here and say, I want to have lips like Julia Roberts, or I want to look like, you know, the latest YouTuber. I'm sure that happens.
Definitely. So what I'm finding profoundly is that social media is just taking over the world at this point. So, and I've been privy to it as well, where you're seeing social media and there's lots of filters. And what the concern is, everybody's trying to get to this level of perfection. And I think what it is we're just so hard on ourselves because we're seeing social media and all these filters and pictures and comparing ourselves. So I'm finding a lot of women are coming in trying to get to that level. And what we're here to do is everybody's beautiful. We are beautiful in our own ways. A lot of these are filters. They are for show. They are for TV. They are for Instagram.
Yeah.
However, what our job here is just to fix those little things that people are having issues with in the mirror, just to make you feel confident. So the nice thing is with our patients, they come in, we gain relationships with them. I know everything about them.
Yeah.
We talk about their kids and their lives and new jobs and what's going on, and they know everything about me. So
Yeah.
it's a really nice experience coming here. And I love my job. At the end of the day, I'm just completely thrilled leaving here. The text messages, the reviews have just been beyond over the years, and it's just fulfilling, that's for sure.
I love your job too. I really do. We've had such a great time here. It has been super enlightening, very educational, and you're right. Everybody is beautiful in their own way, and there is no issue if you want to get any of this stuff done. Just, of course, come in, be educated, and know exactly what you're doing before you do it. Thanks so much for having us, Jacqueline. We've had
Thanks
such a
for
great
coming.
time.
It was great.
Oh, here comes the light.